Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be giving a quick overview of how to use the multi-flashcards extension. So I understand the interface is a little non-intuitive, especially for new users. So I felt like this video would be a good opportunity to show everyone how it works and yeah, get everyone comfortable with this because I think this is a really useful tool. So when you first open the Chrome extension, it's going to give you this little pop-up. You have two options here. So you can either create a new deck or you can use an existing deck. This is your first time using it, you're going to use the create flashcard deck. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create the flashcard deck. So the point of the extension is that most times flashcards only have two sides, but now you're able to have flashcards with more than two sides, so three, four, and even more if you so choose. So one thing I see people get confused on this screen is they actually try to start creating their flashcards here. Here we're not creating the flashcards. Here we're just creating we're defining the overarching categories for all of our different sides. So it might just be easier with an example. So let's say like name a flashcard deck. I don't know, let's create a flashcard deck about like company structure, let's say. So for the company structure, first we're going to ask like the question side, and then we're going to put a semicolon to separate that. And let's say in this, we're going to be asking questions about roles in the company. So we can maybe have like the role, and then this will be the abbreviation. And then we'll have like the role as the word, right? So now we can see here, now I'm creating a flashcard deck and each flashcard is going to have three sides. On the first side is going to be is a question. The next side will be a role, abbreviated, and then finally the whole word for the role. So if you click continue, now we can actually start creating our flashcards. So for example, so it's going to automatically create one card for you. We see here we're on card 1 of 1, and we're on side 1 of 3. So we can first create the question. So I don't know, let's put like, who is the big boss of a company? Let's say that's our question, right? So it actually flipped this card over to the second side. It's not one of these arrows, which I know is a little counterintuitive, but it's actually this flip button at the bottom. So if you click this flip button here, now we're going to flip to the second side of that big boss question. And this is going to be the role. So the role here is going to be the CEO, right? And I'm abbreviating it because it's the abbreviation side. So if you flip it again, now we're going to get to the word. So now the whole word for CEO is the chief executive officer. So I'm just going to put that. And now my first flashcard is done, right? I've filled out all three sides. And now you'll see if I click these arrows here, it's not going to do anything. That's because I only have one card. So in order to create more cards, I need to click this create card button. So now, again, now if I use the arrow keys, I'm going to swap between the two cards. And here again, I can flip through the three sides of that flashcard and make more flashcards like this. So for the second question, let's say like, I don't know, who manages the finances in a company? And then if we flip it over, this will be the CFO. And that stands for Chief Financial Officer, right? And there is flashcard number 2 done. So now let's create another card. And then, I don't know, let's say like who manages the operations of a company. And then I flip it over. This will be the COO. And that stands for Chief Operations Officer. I am not actually sure, but you get the idea, right? And then let's say if I create a card and I say, okay, well, I don't know what I want this card to be. Just like who makes lunches at the company, and then I flip it over, I realize, okay, well maybe not every company has sort of like a lunch. Like not every company makes lunch on site, right? So this is maybe not applicable to every single company. So maybe I decide, okay, well, I don't want this question here. So then I can just click delete card, and delete card will delete whatever card I'm currently highlighted over. So I'm not going to delete any of these because I've already made them, but That's sort of how you would make a flashcard. And this doesn't determine the order. If you create a card here, like if you want to create the cards in a certain order, if you create an empty card, it will just put it to the right of whatever card you currently have. So you see here, even though I had Big Boss first, and then Finances, and then Operations, when I created a new card when I was on the Finances page, it created the card in between the Finances and the Operations question. So just where you click Create Card does matter. And this just gives you some customizability in the order in which you want the flashcards to be in. So, but I'm just going to delete this because I have my 3 completed flashcards and I don't really remember any other abbreviations off the top of my head. So I'm just going to click Finish, and here you can go back, continue editing if you want, or you can just finish. So now we have that flashcard deck. So now if I want to actually test, I'm going to click Use an existing deck, and these are all of the flashcard decks I've created before. So the one we just created was the one called Company Structure, and we're going to select this. And now we have some options. We can either delete this deck, this flashcard deck, or we can test on it, or we can even go back and edit it. So we're done editing it. But if you click the edit, it would just bring you back to this screen, and you could do all the things we talked about before. If you wanted to go back, just finish editing, and then click on this again. So let's see. We're going to go to company structure, and let's go ahead and test on this flashcard deck. So now I can decide how many sides I want to be tested on. So if I want to be tested on all 3 sides, I can just put 3 here, continue, and now I'm going to pick the order in which I'm going to see the slides. So in this case, it probably makes most sense to see the question first, but I can alternate between whether I want to see the word first or the abbreviation first after I flip from the question. So let's say, for example, I want to see the word first, and then I want to see the abbreviation. In this case, it really only makes sense to see the question first, but there are cases where the order of all the sides can be switched around, and it will still make and it will still be usable. But it's really up to how you use it to determine what order you want to see the sides in and what order makes most sense for you. So, but if we select this, it'll automatically bring us to the testing. So here, initially, it's just going to be, it is going to get shuffled. And if you want to shuffle it again, you can just click the shuffle a couple times. But here you see like the format is very similar to how we would create a flashcard, where these arrow keys will bring you through the questions, and flipping will flip between the sides. So now we see like, since we changed the order of appearance from when we made the flashcards, now we're going to get the question first, and then if we flip it, we're going to see the whole word instead of the abbreviation first, even though we saw the abbreviation first when we were making the flashcard deck. So this gives us a lot of customizability in the way, in the order that we see the questions appear in, and the order in which we see like the different sides appear in as well. So yeah, we can shuffle a couple more times. Oops, got unlucky there. So yeah, now we see like this is consistent in all the other ones as well. So now we see like the whole word. And if we're on this slide and we click the next, it will still go back to the beginning, the first slide, or sorry, the first side that you specified. So no matter what side you decide you're comfortable with on or have finished studying the card, you can just click next and you're not gonna accidentally get the answer revealed or anything. So yeah, so let's say like, oh, who manages the finances? Oh, that's the chief financial officer. Boom, got that. CFO. Manages the operations, chief operations officer. Yeah, well, I'm still not sure if that's right. But yeah, let's say I'm done studying and I click finish study. So this will bring me back to the page. And now to go back to like, and yeah, so again, I'm gonna just show one more thing, I think. So if we pick an existing flashcard deck, I'm going to show you one of the ones that I created. And this will give sort of, this will sort of motivate the reason why we want to customize the order in which we see all the slides. So here, if I select the Chinese color, let's say we want to test on this deck. So Chinese color has 4 sides. So let's say I only want to see 3 of the sides. And we'll still see a selection for all 4 available sides on the next page. But for now, let's say I only want to see 3 sides, right? The max is 4, but I don't want to see all 4. So if we continue, we can see here like we have different sides. So we have a total of 4. We have one side for the English definition, or the English word, one side for the Chinese word, one side for the P, which is sort of the like romanization of the Chinese word with like some tones and how you pronounce it. And then we have the Japanese character for the word as well. So let's say in this case, like, okay, well, the way I created the cards was in this order. Like English, first side was English, then Chinese, then Pinyin, then Japanese. But let's say like I want to see the Chinese side first. So I would click that, and then I would select. And let's say next I want to see the Japanese, right? But let's say, okay, well, I realized, all right, well, I sort of messed up. I want to see Chinese first, but let's say I want to see English second. So I can undo that, and that will take away Japanese. So let's say now I click English, select, and now I see English second instead of Japanese. And then I can see Japanese at the very end, click select, and now you can see here that the order is going to show first Chinese, and then the English, and then the Japanese. And then again, here I have 5 cards, 3 sides, I can shuffle, and oh, I'm getting unlucky. But yeah, so now you can see I have the same format in all of my flashcards. So for example, if we go to this one, you see like Baisa for the Chinese. Flip it over, that means white in English, and then let's say, oh, I wonder what that is in Japanese. It's going to be shiro. So here we go, shiro. But yeah, so this allows you to customize all your cards, make more than make more than 2-sided flashcards, which is the main functionality of this. But yeah, hopefully that clears up some of the information on how to use it, and hopefully you can utilize this effectively for your own purposes. Thank you.